underscore. When most people think about becoming rich, they imagine something dramatic, a big business idea, a lucky investment, or a sudden breakthrough. But what if the real difference between people who struggle with money and people who build wealth comes down to how they think about money? Not how much they earn, but how they understand it. That's the powerful lesson behind the book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. A story about two fathers, two completely different beliefs about money, and one life-changing realization, the core idea. The author, Robert T. Kiyosaki, grew up learning from two father figures. His real father, the poor dad, a well-educated man, hardworking, responsible, someone who believed in going to school, getting a stable job, and working hard for security. Then there was his best friend's father, the rich dad, a businessman, someone who didn't rely on a traditional job. Instead, he believed in building assets, creating opportunities, and making money work for him. Both men were intelligent. Both worked hard. But their beliefs about money were completely different. And those beliefs led them down very different paths. The biggest lesson: assets vs. liabilities. One of the most powerful ideas from the book is incredibly simple, but most people never truly understand it. The difference between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. Sounds obvious, but in real life, many people confuse the two. For example, someone buys a big house, a new car, expensive things that look impressive. But those things require payments, maintenance, bills. Instead of creating income, they create expenses. Rich Dad's philosophy was different. Focus on buying assets first. Investments, businesses, things that generate income. Because assets create financial freedom over time. The problem with traditional thinking: most people are taught one financial rule growing up. Study hard, get a good job, work for money. But according to this book, that system often keeps people stuck in what the author calls the rat race. You work to earn money. Then bills arrive. Rent, food, loans, expenses. So you work harder, earn more, and the cycle repeats. The problem isn't laziness. The problem is financial education. Many people spend years studying school subjects, but never learn how money actually works. A simple real-life example. Imagine two people. Both earn the same salary. The first person spends most of it on lifestyle upgrades. Better phone, better car, bigger house. The second person lives a little simpler, but uses extra money to invest. Maybe they start a small business. Maybe they buy assets that produce income. Years later, their financial lives look completely different. Not because one earned more, but because one built assets, and the other built expenses. Small decisions, repeated over time, create huge financial differences. A powerful mindset shift. Another key idea in the book is this: don't just work for money. Learn how to make money work for you. This means thinking differently. Instead of asking, how can I afford this? Start asking, how can I create something that pays for this? That simple shift changes everything. It moves you from being just a consumer to becoming a creator of value. Key lessons from the book. If we simplify the core ideas of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a few lessons stand out clearly. First, financial education matters. Understanding money is one of the most important life skills. Second, focus on assets. Assets create income and long-term wealth. Third, don't rely only on a salary. Look for ways to create additional income streams. And finally, change the way you think about money, because mindset often determines financial outcomes. Closing message. At the end of the day, wealth isn't only about how much money you earn. It's about the decisions you make with it, the habits you build, the knowledge you learn, and the way you think about opportunity. Because financial freedom rarely comes from one big moment. It grows slowly, through smart choices repeated over time. And that's the powerful lesson behind Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Two fathers, two mindsets, and one simple truth: the way you think about money can shape your entire future.